Club N17, this is the pre-drinks. I'm here with Dean. We've got Wolfsberger tomorrow at 5 to 6. Dean, for me, we've got to smash the hell out of these guys. I'm talking 6-7-0 in order for me to feel any kind of way for the West Ham game. What are you saying?
I personally, I'd prefer if he put our second string team, and we went into the second leg in a good position. To be honest,
yeah.
Some of the players look shot, didn't they? Like Loris keeps fucking up. I know I put up a case for him for the last two, but he seems to be under pressure at the minute, doesn't he? Like Dyer keeps screwing up. Sanchez and Aurier do anyway, so there's no point really talking about them. Højbjerg, who's gone from looking like the best defensive midfielder in the league, he's kind of turned into the centre midfield version of Serge Aurier, ain't he? Like penalty a match.
It's a bit early to say that.
Yeah, Son don't look at it, does he at all? Yeah, just and like it's this team ain't they're mid-table in the Austrian league.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. For me, it's a gimme. If we're gonna do, we usually do our predictions, and I'm saying 4-5-1. But ideally, I would like them, as I said, to just absolutely throttle them. So it looks like we're ready for West Ham, ready to take them on, because we won't be able to defend very well against them. So I want to see that our attacking players are up for it, mate.
I'd rather everyone just on the bench. Like I'd rather play the people that can't play football anymore, like Dele and Bale.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think at the moment where we are, as we've spoken before. Well, I've said anyway that we're at an impasse at the moment. Something has to give, something has to change. So pretty much the way I see it, anybody is up for the chop. So basically, whoever plays well, maybe they get given a chance from now on.
Yeah, that's the best way to look at it, isn't it? That's what you'd be telling the players. But you do this sort of like all the time. You'll see like I don't know, it could be any team in the League Cup or something, and the commentator will go on about how it's their opportunity to prove themselves. And Moura ain't never going to get in the team in front of Son. Do you know what I mean? And things like that. But it ain't going well, is it? You're right, it ain't going well. So something needs to change. But I don't know. For me, it's bullshit. The players that's what the deal is. But in reality, just give the first team a rest.
All right. Well, I guess that makes it it's quite difficult anyway in general to try and figure out a predicted lineup. But should we have a stab at it anyway?
Yeah, of course. Why
So
not? I'll tell you what,
Joe Hart won't come in, will he? It'll still be Hugo, because it's as we progress more into the Europa League, as Jose says, he likes to play the big players just mentally how it will affect the guys on the team.
I think that's the 50-50. I think Loris will play, but I wouldn't be surprised if Hart started. No, give Loris a day off. He's having a bit of a nightmare, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let Hart
it's not
make a prick of himself.
Yeah, it's not impossible that Hart starts tomorrow at all, regardless of what defenders he puts in front of him. It's not impossible. And then right back it will be Doherty.
He could play Tanganga again. He could.
Yeah.
I mean, if he played, like I've just said, that's bullshit. That idea of of getting everyone to play and then dangling the carrot that they could make it into the first team. But he is one player, probably that is one position, probably the right back, the centre back, and the right winger are the three positions that are up for grabs, right?
Yeah.
He's done all right at the weekend, didn't he? Like he's never had a bad game, Tanganga.
Yeah.
Maybe if he played tomorrow and played well, you'd throw him in, wouldn't you, again on Sunday? I think that is a place that's up for grabs. But if he starts playing Tanganga there, the fuck's he do with Dockett and Oreo? We're back to having three players in one position again.
That's why he's out, right?
Possibly. I'm not too sure, but actually, I haven't looked at the team news for tomorrow. I don't know if you have, but yeah, I think he did have a knock.
But yeah, I didn't see anything. But because I don't think necessarily. I think Serge has had more good games than bad games. But look, I know that bad games mean for a bad game for Serge Aurier means giving a penalty away or giving a goal away.
Yeah.
So it
means you lose the match.
Heavier on that side, doesn't it? But still, I think he's had more good games, more positive than negative so far this season. So the question is, what happens to Doherty and Serge Aurier? I'd say that Serge is probably still in there at the moment, and Doherty's last in the pecking order. So Tanganga overtaking him possibly.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe just short term it might be a case because maybe Jose will really want to get the most out of Doherty, so he'll give him a little bit extra love, a little bit of extra TLC, bit of extra game time over Tanganga every now and again, hoping that he'll cement a place. But I think we don't get much from Doherty at the moment, and attacking wise, there's sometimes some intent from Tanganga, and just that is enough to be better than what Doherty is giving us at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I probably agree at the minute. In my opinion, Tanganga should be in front of both of them. Like Aurier over years proved that he's a liability. It's not like he's hit a bad bit of form. This is his best season he's had since he's been here, and he's still a liability. So
yeah, and I've said it before. It's just part of his DNA. It's just something that he does. It's nothing that you can try and just give him a massive run and he'll instantly just be good and error free. Nope, that's not what
you can't play him into form. He's one of them. You feel like Dyer. You could make the argument. I think if you give him a run of 10 games, he might improve over them 10 games. You know what I mean? And play himself into confidence. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think Aurier is the type of person, if you give him 10 games, all you're doing is waiting for him to make a mistake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then when
I don't know.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Because he'll go like 10 games, and then on the 11th you'll be like, Jesus Christ, and then it's fucking Serge Aurier. I've just got to close my door quickly because my boiler there's something going on with it and it's making a buzzing noise. You probably can't hear it, but I can, and it's disturbing the hell out.
Don't worry, I'll look after the one listener.
Is he all right?
Don't know, probably not. He's fucking watching this.
He must be really bored. Right. So
straight away, right back, we haven't got a clue. We've gone 50-50 for the goalkeeper. Right back, we don't know. Go on, centre backs next. Who would you have if you was the manager? Back? Yeah, tomorrow.
I would go Tanganga.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go with that, then.
We'll go with that. So Toby will come in, I think.
I think he will, but I hope he don't.
You want it for Wednesday?
Sunday,
sorry.
But I think he will.
I'd agree with that, actually. Yeah.
I think he'll probably go Toby and Roden. But personally, I'd go with Roden and Krusty the Clown Sanchez.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I'd go with.
it is Wolfsberger, isn't it? So you would
That's
take those
it.
you take those risks as the only time you'd want to take those risks and get those guys a run out. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it will most likely be something like Toby and Sanchez, and he'll probably save Dyer for Wednesday because we need him so much.
Mm.
And
He hasn't got at the minute. He hasn't got a first choice centre back, does he? He don't know. He has no. He has absolutely no idea.
he should do. Toby should be, but he doesn't.
No, he definitely don't know what his best pairing is. He don't know what his best centre back is. Don't know what his best pairing is. Like, it's because he keeps giving everyone a chance, isn't it? And every time anyone has a chance, they fuck it up.
Except Toby. He's had one
Except
bad game.
Toby, who seems to be, yeah, but he seems to be down the order of down the list, and I fuck knows what that's about.
I mean, he's the most reliable defender, and he's the one who seems to have the best personality on the pitch. I know that he says
He's
that
just the best all round.
he's warrior and everything, and you can see Dyer being really quite vocal and forceful on the pitch. But if you're trying to blood in a new defender, you want him next to Toby. You'd put him next to Toby before you'd put him next to Dyer.
Mm.
So I
think,
really don't know or understand how Jose could not know who his best centre back is.
yeah, I don't get it, but that seems to be the case. As I said,
His relationships, isn't
we
it? Because it looks very black and white to a fan or anyone looking from the outside in, saying he shouldn't know.
fucking
But once
anyone.
you've got the personality, the relationships that can affect the team selection, like we would have seen on the Amazon documentary, where I think it was it Dyer, someone that had played and had a bad game, but they were like, look, we've got to bring him in for the next game to build his confidence, kind of thing. So it's like little
I think
intricate
it might have been
details
Dyer,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, it might have been Dyer. So
I mean,
those
the
are
way
intricate
to
details
look
that
at it,
count.
yeah, Man City, you pick your best centre back partnership to play against Man City, didn't you? If you're the manager, and it was Dyer and Sanchez. So that sort of tells you where Jose's at with it. But fuck knows, I don't know how he's got to that.
Holy monkey. So I guess we're kind of, in the meantime, we're doing a predicted lineup and who we would play kind of at the same time. So like our centre backs would be, well, mine would be Toby and the Clown, I think.
I'd play the Clown and Roden.
Yeah, okay.
That's
But he's
what
not
I'd
going to do
play.
that. He'll probably do Dyer and Sanchez. And then Davis at left back, of course. So
I think he might have to rest Davis. I don't think David missed the Liverpool game, but I don't think he's missed a game since, has he?
no, I don't think he has, but he does need a rest. Whether we think he will or won't, he does need
I
one.
think he will. Yeah, I think he will. Which means Doherty might play right back. He might chuck Tanganga left back, or he could play the boy Sirkin, couldn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't know if he would do that. It's not really a Jose move, is it? But you never know.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a 50-50 because he does like a curveball, doesn't he, Mourinho? And I think that could be a curveball in this particular game. So,
yeah,
who would you? Would you go for Sirkin then, or would you do the
yeah.
Tanganga and
I'd go for
Doherty?
Sirkin.
I'd do the
I'd go
Tanganga
for
Doherty
Sirkin.
now that you've said that. Yeah.
Yeah, they both make sense, but I'd rather just give Tanganga a run out right back. If he plays well again, then for me, that's his position. Someone's got to take that off of him.
Yeah, I feel you. We'll have Pierre in the middle with most likely Ndombele, or do you think Sissoko? You think he'll go Sissoko?
I don't think
Over
I don't
Winks,
think
what am I
either of them will
talking about?
play.
Because
I,
yeah, it's a
I
big
think it goes to Sissoko and Winks.
Sissoko and Winks. Wow,
Yeah, I don't think he'll play Ndombele or Højbjerg.
he should. I think that would be the right thing to do.
I mean,
Would I?
Sissoko and Winks can't win a midfield battle against a mid-table fucking Austrian team. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Them two was going to play 3 years ago. Them two was going to play Real Madrid.
yeah, yeah. But it's crazy,
And
like
dominating
it's
midfield.
crazy where we are now. How it sounds when you give me those names. It's like those guys are not going to. I don't know if I trust
Ain't
those
it?
guys to cope. Who's going to be in charge in that midfield when before we knew it will be Sissoko who will be bossing shit.
Just knew that it'd be competitive. Now you ain't got a clue of you.
Look where we got to. Look where we've come. Look what we've
Yeah.
come to. And so the three behind Kane. Let's talk
It's
about
got
what you
to
would
be
do. You've
your
got
two favourite
available,
players, isn't it?
huh?
It's got to be your two favourite players.
Um,
Beck,
what
Bale
Bergwijn?
and Delhi.
Oh, Bale and Delhi. Yeah.
It'll be actually your two favourite players and your worst and your most hated player.
Who is?
So Bergwijn, you
Oh,
hate him, don't you?
Bergwijn and so yeah, good. Oh, yeah,
Bergwijn, Delhi and Bale.
I would do Lucas Dele and Bale,
Yeah, maybe.
and then
I need a couple of days off. I need a couple of games off from Lucas, if I'm honest.
really.
Just watching him run around in circles like headless chicken and getting nowhere is kind of irritating.
Well, yeah, but you knew he was there though. The last few Bergwijn games, he probably would do two things in a game, and those two things will be something like holding up the ball well, or just
Done one thing well.
ineffective. And then he just
That's
disappears
1-0.
for the rest of the game. So I'd
I
rather,
know what you're saying.
yeah. And as I say, Lucas with his build up play is quite good and quite effective at times. So I would rather him, but you'd rather have Bergwijn there.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and then Vinicius.
I'd say that I'd rather have Lucas because I think it don't matter either or. I'd probably rather give Bergwijn a go and let him get at him
Ultimately,
a
it
bit.
doesn't
And
matter. Neither of them have a
no,
threat. Ultimately, it doesn't matter.
not really. No.
That sucks. They basically kind of do the same thing but in different ways. Just no threat.
Yeah,
But
but they're both ineffective in different ways.
yeah. It's brilliant, really useful. And then Vinicius up top then, yeah?
I'm guessing so. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that team wins, doesn't it?
That team wins, and I would like the team to have the game done and dusted nice and early so you can bring on some of the big hitters to warm them up for West Ham.
I think he'll rest a lot. If he goes with who I've said, which I'll pretty much give a completely second string team, and
Yeah.
like you had Højbjerg and Ndombele in there and a few decent players, didn't you? Or have you changed your mind about that one?
No, I didn't. I went with the weaker ones with Sissoko and Winks.
Okay.
You mentioned it actually.
So yeah, so we've both pretty much gone for the second team, and I'm guessing what will happen is Wolfsberg will somehow nick a goal in the first half. It will be a mistake, goalkeeper mistake, or defence will make a mistake. They'll get in a nick a goal. It will probably be close-ish, and we'll bring a couple of players on the 60th minute around that to make sure we go into the second leg with a win. It'll be another case of the players that have come in have shown that they're inadequate for any level of football. That's my prediction.
Wow, optimistic as ever, Dean. Love it.
3-1 in the end. It's going to take bringing on Son and Kane to get it done.
Yeah, I don't see anything other than a win. But like I said, I I would hope that it's a 5-6-1 thumping. But
So
yeah,
it should be.
it should be closer to 3-1, something like that.
It should be 4 or 5-0. Delhi should be. You should be expecting Delhi to nick a couple of goals, Bale to nick a couple of goals, Vinicius to get on a score sheet, Winks to pull the strings in midfield, Sissoko to be too big and powerful for everyone, the
Yeah.
defense to easily handle their attack. That's what it should be, but it won't.
Do we give my two favourite players nice and early? Do we give them the benefit of the doubt if they don't play too well because it is in a second string team?
No. Why?
Because I like them.
If you give Bale the ball, right?
Pick your brain.
If you give Bale the ball, yeah, and he's up against their left back, right? It doesn't matter who he's playing with, does it?
Well, he's got to get the ball in the first place. That's something I've noticed as well. Vinicius likes to try to run in behind. No one ever fucking passes him the ball.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that. He makes some really good runs, actually.
Really good runs.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah.
I think it's only Lucas who passes to him, and Lucas passes to him all the time in no matter what situation. He's always looking for Vinicius.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the same thing that he's made a good run. It's just that he's seen his mate and he wants to give his mate some time on the ball.
You know, I think that's probably more like it. But you know what you just said about...
Say that again, mate. Your screen just paused.
It wasn't important.
Okay. Thank you, screen. Saving his breath.
You know what you just said about Bale and Delhi, about do we allow them to have an off game because they're playing with the second string, yeah? That don't count for them, I don't think, because they shouldn't be the second string. They should be the two players that carries that second string, but they won't. They'll be probably worse.
Part of it. No, I think they'll be part of it.
No, I think they'll be more. They'll be two of the most disappointing players on the pitch in with my eye. I think it will go. But someone who you can make that case for is Vinicius, because as you said, he makes loads of runs and really good runs. I'm glad you noticed that, because I noticed it, but I never gave it a second thought kind of thing until you said it. But he's always playing with the second string. Do you know what I mean? He's never playing with Kane dropping in behind him and Ndombele getting on the ball and things like that, is he? He's always playing.
I don't think even in his 3-minute Premier League cameos, I think there's a few changes before it gets to him.
Yeah, do you know what I like to see him? I like to see him. Kane's kind of playing as a number 10, and if we went into a 4-2-3-1 formation, to Kane actually be the number 10,
he will.
And Vinicius, and I think you could see Vinicius doing really well in that situation, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. It doesn't need to happen in a way. We're saying that something does need to happen, doesn't it? But I don't know.
I think it's an experiment that. Look, I think in our current universe, it probably does, because like I said, like you were saying, there's something has got to give at the moment. But I was going to try and segue that into the speculation about Jose Mourinho at the moment, because there seems to be a lot going around, and Nagelsmann his name's getting put around it. So what I was meaning about being part of this universe is Mourinho is our manager, and he's not using Dele Alli in a 10. So why shouldn't he be playing the man who's got the fucking number 10 on the back of his shirt?
I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question. Because what's happening now isn't working, so you should be changing it.
And if someone else comes in, does that still not happen because maybe they try to play Dele Alli in a 10, or whoever, Lo Celso in a 10? So you never really get to see what it's like having a player like making runs.
Don't work as a 10.
Sorry? What did you say?
The Celso doesn't work as a 10, does it?
He's an 8, isn't he, at most?
Yeah, he's an 8. He's a good 8 and all.
Yeah,
He's a
he's a
good
very
8,
good 8. Yeah, yeah,
but he ain't a 10.
yeah.
Um,
He's a kind of Iniesta role, isn't he? I'm not comparing him.
yeah, you see the yeah, no, I don't. You see the Leipzig dude, Nagelsmann, is it?
Yeah.
Can't have him as a manager.
Okay.
You can't.
Talk to me. What are you saying?
The fucking suits are embarrassing.
The suits.
The suits are embarrassing. The blazers he wears.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's okay for over there, but then,
No, it ain't. It ain't okay for anywhere.
yeah, but look who
We're
we've
not
got.
having it.
Look who we've got for our manager, though.
Jose looks slick in his tracksuit.
Not bad. Yeah, I know. You've said that before. I remember you talking about
Man,
it a while ago,
he
actually.
does. He looks slick as
When he
fuck in that
first came
tracksuit.
in. No, but look at the shenanigans that he gets up to, and
I
you're going
don't
to
care.
come with someone who's got bad fashion sense, or who's a bit.
That's not bad fashion sense. That's not
I wear
bad fashion
Gary
sense.
jackets. We're mates. What the?
Yeah, but you wear some funky shit.
Yeah.
He wears his shit's ugly.
Mine.
There's a difference.
In the eye of the beholder. But like I say, man, fuck that.
Hold
Mourinho's poking people in the eye.
on.
All
Do
kinds
you
of
like his shit? Do you like his blazers? Some people need poking in the eye.
Sometimes. I need poking in the eye, though.
Do you like his blazers and shit he wears? Nagelsmann.
Sometimes. I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't be able. No, I could probably get away with rocking one or two of them. But generally, they don't bother me too much. I even had to think about it when you said it, and I was, oh shit, yeah. I remember he does wear
Do
some.
I mean? Fucking hell, man.
But I would rather have. Oh no, I wouldn't. I mean, okay, it's a bit of shitty, unwanted attention, and that's about the most. But I think after having somebody as old-fashioned as Mourinho with us for so long, it feels so long that
It does actually.
I want someone that's willing to try something and someone that's going to inject a bit of energy and will be playing some attacking football again. Something like part of the reason why. No, it isn't the reason why. I think for a long time, Jose Mourinho looks like he doesn't fit Spurs. I think even when we got him, he looked like he wasn't necessarily the right fit. So that's what part of the reason what made it so intriguing, because we know the kind of football he plays, and people know how Tottenham play. We know his philosophies, and we know Spurs' philosophies. So it looked, to me anyway, because I think we prefer to have a manager that's a little bit more low key, so there's not so much drama going on. We like to play attacking football, like I said. And I don't think even our biggest superstars, we never had anyone that was a massive personality. Well, haven't for a while, I don't think. No, I can't really think of one that was a big personality. That
I
when
don't
you
know. We've had
Spurs, I think about that player.
some big personality.
Sorry.
I think we've had some big personalities.
Yeah, but
definitely.
like a Drogba or Ibrahimovic, or even some of like the lesser players that have bigger personalities. Yeah. I think like maybe someone like Edgar Davids, when we had him, he was one.
Bobby King punched him, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah,
So we had
so
Bobby
Robbie
King.
King, yeah. there was one. So generally, I thought he was a bit. He wasn't for me a conventional kind of fit, whereas someone like Nagelsmann seems like a fit. But I think this cloud of Mourinho has been over us for a while and has made us all forget that actually this is what we used to be about. But we're just under this Mourinho quagmire.
I don't think anyone's forgot, because that's all anyone talks about, and we can't play like this anymore.
Yeah.
This ain't something.
Yeah, we can't handle it, especially when we lose. But but you get the point anyway. prefer to have someone a bit more exciting. I don't care about the age, whether it's young or not, but someone that's exciting, wants to play attacking football, and someone who's in touch with the times. And so in touch with how the players are and with keeping up with trends in football on the pitch.
Yeah. I know you're saying like that. That's it. That's the argument, isn't it? He's a dinosaur and whatnot. I just feel like there's nothing wrong with how he wants to play. I just don't think he's doing very well.
No, I think I know what you're saying, and I think the proof will be in the next team that he goes to. If he does the same,
He won't.
It don't work.
He won't.
Well, you think he'll do something different?
No, this is it. I think this is him done.
Oh,
I think if he don't make this work, he'll never get a big job again.
You heard it here first on the pre-drinks Club N17. Jose Mourinho is done. He is done. Comment below.
I'm telling you, you fuck up Tottenham. Where you going after that?
Someone to take a chance. Someone to get one of the big clubs who are in death throes will get desperate.
No.
Or he'll find somewhere. He'll be fine in Italy.
I don't know. He might end up going to like, I don't know, Qatar or something like that. You know, like one of them leagues.
Yeah, manage David Beckham.
Yeah, something like that. That's what he'll do. But he won't get a thing. He won't get a proper job again.
Wow. I haven't even let that kind of marinate or process just yet. So what do I think about that? No, I'm just gonna stick to what I said, that what led us on to this, that the proof will be in the pudding. Of the next team he goes to, because I do think he'll probably get at least one more big club. Hey, we are a big club. We're a big club. I know.
He was Man United. That was seen as a disappointment, and now this. Mm-hmm. So, like, you're on your way down, and you fucked up Man United, then you fucked up Spurs. I mean, what's next? Fucking up West Ham?
Well, look, if he's when
West
managers
Ham
get
chosen,
they're going to have to go through an interview process, aren't they? And he's just going to pimp it. He's going to Donald Trump it up. He's going to be like, okay, so the Man United thing, I still got second. I still won a cup. And then he'll go to, oh yeah, then what about how you fucked up Spurs? He'll be like, he might win a cup with us, thing. We spoke about.
He might win the Europa League.
We spoke about the dread
and the League Cup double.
Winning a cup with us.
He might.
Imagine that, not looking forward to winning our first trophy in years. I don't necessarily want it to happen. I do, but don't want it to happen. So where was I anyway?
We're talking about playing Kane in the 10.
But yeah, we'll go back, track back to that. So no, I think
that's what I was saying.
So what I was going to say, because Nagelsmann to try something. Mourinho's done. Yeah, we were talking about Mourinho. Once he's wherever he goes. No, I think he's got one more big club in him, and I think they'll give him a chance, because in an interview he will just say, "Look, well, these are the things I've achieved, and if you impress in interview, you get the job." That's why some managers, some managerial appointments are curveballs. Because maybe the one that you thought they were going to get, they didn't get because somebody else performed better in an interview.
Once Tottenham sack you, you're done.
This is a good quiz. Well, not even a quiz, just a chat. Who has anyone done well after leaving Spurs? I mean, Poch has gone to PSG. He'll probably do well. He'll be the first one then, won't he?
I'll do well. We'd do. I mean, you went and took over PSG. Would win the league.
Well, we did do Barcelona 4-1 yesterday. That's not to watch it. No, I didn't. So I know I could be talking absolute bollocks, but
no, they was good. They was really good.
Yeah,
That's good. It
he'll
reminded me.
bring something to the team, I think.
It reminded me of when he was at Spurs and it was going well. Kind of, we're playing against a team like what we done to Real Madrid, what we done to Liverpool, a team that wanted to play football and get at us, but weren't really good enough. They just left too much space, and PSG battered them on the break, kind of thing. Too much quality, which
Right.
is what we done. It'd be interesting to see when he comes up against the type of team that he used to struggle with. So like a well organised team that wants to sit back, soak it up, and counter you. It'd be interesting to see how he does against them. See if he's any better with that. Like at PSG, he's any better. But I would imagine he would be because no, I don't know. I'm saying that they've got Mbappe and Neymar. Don't know if they would be any better in a playing against sort of a low blocks. Would they be any better
Yeah,
than
that's the thing. Those players move.
Kane and whatnot?
They actually move.
Yeah, it's an hard one. It'd be interesting to see how he does.
Yeah, yeah. But so I mean, are you having any of this speculation around Mourinho? Do you think it's just a bit of noise, or do you think there's anything to it?
Nice. There's something to it. The first video we done, we got into it a bit, didn't we? And I think, did I say that he won't get out of February?
Yeah.
Because I said if you looked at the fixtures and the points that he'll pick up, we'll be in the bottom half of the table by the end of the month.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's just like a bit of time and reality has passed. So have we changed our mind? Will he get out of February?
No, it's still as bad as it was then. Like how bad we said it would be. That's how bad it is, isn't it?
So
like Sunday, we're going into Sunday. We're not favourites Sunday.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up then. Is Sunday quite a bigger game than everyone is kind of aware of then? Is that a make or break game? Because if Levy would know, would have done the same thing we would have done and seen the teams that we're coming up against in February and started to think about plans. And I don't think that these Nagelsmann rumours have come out of thin air.
No, but like Levy's done it. I think Mourinho was sitting around in the Sky Sports studio from the beginning of the season, weren't he? Just waiting for Poch to go.
Yeah,
like that was done.
Yeah,
like there's no way. It was quite funny. I was on Facebook actually the night it happened. He got the sack, and everyone was like, "Levy's a fucking wanker. He sacked Pochettino, best manager I've ever had. Now what? Now we're gonna get left with fucking this one and that one." And I was just sort of thinking about it, and I'm like, these people hate Levy. So I'm reading all this bullshit, and I'm thinking, no, Levy hasn't sacked. Like Levy hasn't sacked Pochettino and then gone, right, now what do we do? So I was like Mourinho or Ancelotti will be the manager within 48 hours. And they was like, you're fucking nuts, mate. And I'm like, it was the only thing that made sense. Like Levy does shit that makes sense. Apart from, I don't think he spends enough money. But it's not his money to spend, is it? I think he does the best job that he can with the resources that he's given.
Yeah.
So I think what you're saying is Levy has probably got something up his sleeve, knowing that this could go wrong. Because, as I said, we're not the favourites Sunday. We can't be. If the bookies have us favourites on Sunday, fucking lump on. Like lump on West Ham. Because they're better than us at the minute. They're flying in form. We look dead. Like I'm dreading Sunday, if I'm honest.
I feel quite pessimistic about the game, but like I said, the only thing that would give me a bit of optimism is if our players who are going to play on Sunday, so a Son or a Kane, get a little bit of time tomorrow to play and everybody's looking sharp and we're looking good attacking.
Yeah, I hope so.
No hope for the defense, but no hope for them.
I hope so. Because then if he loses that on Sunday, which is likely, or if he gets a draw and it's a bad performance, then I think you go into the Burnley match. I think Burnley's the next game. And that's basically a play for your job match. If we don't win Sunday, and I don't think we'll win Sunday.
That's depressing.
So the Nagelsmann thing, I mean, I see people's talking last week. Someone tweeted that Bielsa's the favourite.
For where? Spurs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they're smoking. That's mental.
People love him, don't they? Play where you want football.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's because the English thing. Poch had to learn English, didn't he?
I think he already knew it. I think he was bullshitting. Just didn't like doing the press conferences, I think.
Okay, legal's just like, that thing, that shit, knock it off. Eat to the press. So that's a problem with Bielsa, though. I've heard Brendan Rodgers as well being floated around, but why would he?
Brendan Rodgers. I said, didn't I? We was talking about this, and Brendan Rodgers would be fucking mental. He's got more money to. He'd be mental to do it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's got more money to spend at Leicester with less expectation. Like, put them two together, and you'd have to be fucking nuts.
And it would be a bigger achievement in winning something with Leicester than with Spurs.
Bigger achievement? No, I wouldn't say that, because
harder to do, because at Spurs you've got to change a mentality, and we haven't had a manager that's been able to do that.
I think a lot gets put into this mentality thing. I don't really run with it. The mentality.
It's a fact. It's cold, hot.
I think if you can't win something because you're shit.
No, we've had teams that are good enough, we haven't. We see it when we're watching them. There's something up with them mentally. That Champions League final, how you go, like
that were mental. We played. Winks hadn't played for fucking months and months, right? Kane hadn't played for months and months. Eriksen hadn't turned up to a football match in a year and a half. Dele Alli hadn't turned up to a football match in a year. We played with half of a team that was 100% not going to play well that game.
Yeah, but we
did not turn up.
You've got to see effort. There's got to be fire in the belly. There was none of that there. And
then look, if you look at
if you're off form, you can still run your bollocks off. You can still try to put in a tackle. You can still be screaming on the pitch. If you've got big personalities, you've got your Harry Kane, who was supposedly the vice captain or captain at the time.
No, I don't buy into it.
Huh?
I don't really buy into it.
Oh, I tell you, it's completely that. It's completely that, because you felt it when we went up the level above, like when Poch came. When we went up another level, that was mentality. That was mentality completely.
I think that was a lack of plan B.
Players, but we got rid of some players who were a bit disruptive. Plus, the siege mentality that he put onto them, I think, forced some of them to be a bit more mature on the pitch. And I personally thought that's what I've seen. I thought Eric Dyer had a lot to do with that, because he did have a big personality and did have a good influence on the pitch.
I think that
Harry Kane as well, how he treated Harry Kane. So Harry Kane was acting more senior, that sort of thing.
No, I agree with that. Pochettino did change the mentality. I agree with that. Pochettino changed the mentality. There was better characters. I'm not sure if he changed it. Maybe Kane was always going to be that guy, and Dyer seems that guy. But I think he made everyone believe that they could come and win something. Do you know what I mean? Or did he? Or was that a load of bollocks?
And that's why he lost them in the end, because he huffed and puffed, and in the end, nothing came of it. And nothing came of it because I think the players, they must blame him for it, because they gave up on it.
Did anyone, this is where I'm at with it. Did anyone go into that the season that Leicester won, when we put up the title challenge? I'm not sure that at the beginning of the season, Pochettino got them all together and went, right, we can go and win the league. Let's go and win the league.
No.
Like, we sort of got to Christmas and we was like, we could actually win the league here. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that's what I mean. I think the mentality
The
thing's
point was
overplayed.
it was how they were churning through the teams, though. How we were winning games we were expected to win. And
No, we weren't winning games we was expecting to win. No, that's the thing. A lot of the games.
towards the
A
end,
lot of that.
and this is where the mentality came. Towards the end, there was the West Brom game, and I think there was another game as well where everything rested on those games, and we just fucked it. But before then, we got ourselves into that position by just churning through teams, because I think you'd probably agree that's probably that season's some of the best football you've seen us play for a very, very long time.
The 2 seasons where we had a proper go, both the seasons went the same. We started badly. We got into the title race over the Christmas period. And then we sort of found our level after that, I think. And I think the games where we struggled was against teams that sat back, low block, 2 banks of 4 or 5 or whatever, and we didn't have enough quality to break them down. That's what I think. I don't think it's anything to do with mentality. I just think that we wasn't good enough. The manager didn't have a plan B when plan A went wrong. And I think that's why we lost the league both times.
Well, I think the mentality kind of also explains why we are just riddled with mistakes and have been for years.
Oh, that's because players are shit. Like, if you stick me at centre-back in the Premier League, I'm going to make loads of mistakes. I'm not very good at it.
No, but like...
I could want it. I could be ready. I could be fucking ready as fuck.
No, we know this shit is typical Tottenham shit, though. We know certain mistakes are typical Tottenham shit.
Like, no one calls West Ham West Hammy, do they? They call Spurs Spursy. No one calls West Ham West Hammy. They fuck up more than us, but...
Yeah, but the Spursy thing is about the mentality, though, isn't it? It's not
is Sanchez a mentality thing, or is it because he's shit?
Go on, sorry.
Is Sanchez a Spursy thing, or is it because he's shit?
Because he's shit.
Is Aurier, does he keep giving penalties away because he's a fucking idiot, or it's a Spursy thing?
That's a mix of both.
It ain't. No one wanted it. He got kicked out of France because they knew he was a fucking liability and all. No, it wasn't. The Spursy thing was probably to buy him.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Well, no, it's not what I'm getting at, but it's
one of them.
It's something that can only happen to us, you know.
Loads of players buy shit. It's just there's a magnifying glass on it when it's Tottenham for some reason. Like that Leicester season, yeah. We were Spursy that season, right? Every single other team in the league got away with it. That was all fine. Man City didn't fuck up that season. They didn't bottle it. Liverpool didn't bottle it. Man United didn't bottle it. Chelsea didn't bottle it. Spurs bottled it. That's how it was seen. I think it's a bit of a fucking myth. Personally.
No,
I mean no one calls. No,
but I think it's a difference though. It's where a kind of a fall at the final or close to the final hurdle kind of thing. Whereas when you're saying, you know, the other teams in that season, they didn't bottle it, they didn't fuck up. They were just on bad form for long periods of time, like long enough for them to not even be in it. Whereas we were in it.
We was. No. Oh, that's what I mean. What I'm saying is, I think that we started them 2 seasons off really slowly.
Okay.
Really, really slowly. If we started them, both of them seasons, the Leicester one and the year after, off better, we probably would have won the league.
Yeah. I mean, I think we would.
And then as it sort of gets round, you can only bottle it if you're in the lead and you fuck it up. That would be Spursy, but we're never in the lead. We're always trying to catch up.
Yeah.
I mean, take the Champions League final, for instance. That penalty in the first minute, but that was a freak. They changed the rule the day after.
Yeah. I mean, that can be, would that be considered Spursy? Or
That's
a
considered
thing that will
fucking
happen to Spurs?
bullshit.
It was absolute bullshit. But no, I
I
was going to
listened to
say, did
something the
they
other day,
ever?
right?
Go on.
I listened to something the other day that I didn't know. So you know Ben,
We
his
know Ben.
brother's got a. Yeah, we know Ben. No one else does. No one else cares about him. But he's got a really cool brother who's like more intelligent, better looking, more successful, just like an all-round better person.
Right.
He's got a podcast called The Wembley Way.
Okay.
And I was listening to it the other day, right? And I knew that the rule got changed after the game, right? So basically that's what they're saying is the Sissoko thing shouldn't have been a penalty. But what I didn't realise until listening to that podcast is that they changed the rule that the week, like a few days before, to make it a penalty.
Right.
So there was only one game played in the whole world where that rule was in.
And it was us.
And it was us. I mean, it's not our fault, is it? It's fucking bad luck, isn't it?
That's terrible bad luck. Terrible bad luck. We're gonna have to have another one of these agree to disagree. I personally think our biggest problem is this mentality of pussy holery. We've got a load of weak-minded players that just can't get over the edge for some reason. He sums it up with a lot of the players that we actually have. Like, I think Lamella is a perfect example of Spurs, basically. A lot of stuttering, stopping and starting. He'll have periods where he's going really, really well. The times where he should shoot to score and he'll win something, he just doesn't. Because he would do something odd, he'll do something different.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a good analogy for Spurs themselves.
It's just always, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I suppose he is. But I don't know. It's just something that people have always said it, and I always think it's not. You're just not good enough. Like we're just not good enough, are we? Like the defenders. Like if you point out the back four, ain't being Spursy. The back four are playing how they are because as a back four, it's probably a mid-table. It's a mid-table back four, isn't it?
I have to let you know.
You know what I mean?
I have to let you know though. I know that I'm talking absolute weird shit when I'm talking about the mentality because I can't necessarily say if you were to really ask me about it and you say, okay, well, what is it? Is it the manager? Because we've had lots of different managers, but the problem's still been persisting. What is it that keeps this mentality running throughout all these seasons and through all these conveyor belts of players? How could it be a mentality thing? Because things are always getting changed and freshened up. So something will change, but that's the one thing that's always there. And I'm talking absolute bollocks because I actually do think that it's like a curse. It's just this weird thing in the air at Spurs.
Sometimes I think it's more of a curse than a mentality thing. Like if you think of if you think where we've gone, where it's gone wrong at times. So the first time I thought we had a chance of winning the league was under Redknapp, right? When we got outside Christmas, and I think we might have been third, and we weren't that many points off, and we was playing well. And that's seen in two different ways. A lot of people said that Redknapp wanted. I think they say that he wanted Suarez and Cahill.
Yeah.
And he ended up with Saha and Nielsen, was it?
Yeah, mine Nielsen.
And they blame that on not winning the league that year, or not carrying on with that, because I don't even think we finished in the top four in the end. When how I see it that season is, Redknapp was fucking useless. The England job came up, and I think it was 10 games it worked out why the England job was up, and Redknapp was bang on to get.
Shameful. It
And
was
I
like
don't
that,
think
wasn't
we
it?
won a game.
It was
Yeah, we
instant.
didn't win a game. Yeah, we
Shameful.
didn't win a game while that job was up. And then as soon as was it Capello got the job? Someone like that.
I think so.
The job went, and I think we won. I think we beat Newcastle like 5-1 the game after or something. First game we'd won in 10. And that, like, Redknapp sat on his seat in the dugout, didn't do nothing. It was just. And then I think the Leicester season was a fucking weird season. If I'm honest, I think that was some bullshit. Like every press conference. Oh, well, how do you think the league's going? To the opposition manager. Oh, I want to see Leicester win the league. How can everyone you play all season want Leicester to win the league?
Wow. So are we basically saying that it's a curse, but with you it's just a general curse, but with me I'm saying it's a curse on players' mentalities when they start playing for Spurs?
No, I think we've been unlucky a few times, and I think we've not been good enough. And the mentality thing is a thing, because I don't think if you've got the right mentality, you can't become a top player anyway, right? Obviously, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose they both go hand in hand. So I guess on some sort of level we're both right on that. But I think there seems to be this thing in the minute where everything is blamed on mentality. Like we just can't get over the first hurdle, and when it comes to like the game to kick on, we just can't do it. And a lot of them games I've looked at and thought we're going to struggle today. Like nothing to do with mentality. It just seems, I don't know, it just seems like that's the way it is sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely is for us anyway. So we've talked about a few games where we was unlucky, and there's Pizzagate as well. There's all sorts where we've been
Lasagna Gate.
unlucky.
Fucking hell. Lasagna Gate. Can't believe there was
Yeah.
stewards, mate. They should have had a massive stewards into there. I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but everyone's like, you're mad if you think that was. But think about it.
Done on purpose.
There was millions and millions of pounds riding in that game. Millions.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me that.
It's not
in any other.
is it? I've seen players.
Of course, it's not.
Wasn't there a player who had like carried a razor blade in his shin pad, a goalkeeper one time, and he cut his eyebrow or some shit ages ago? But yeah, so people do all sorts of extreme things to win games.
100%.
So
I remember I watched Paul Robinson in an interview, and he said something similar. He said for it to happen on that day in that way couldn't have been a coincidence. And I'm thinking, I'm making right.
Yeah.
Don't know. It sounds mental, but
yeah. So we've gone through curses, and now
conspiracy theories.
The conspiracy theory of spike lasagna. Yeah. Let's wrap this up before we get too fucking mental.
I think we better, mate. I think, you know what, the Spursy conversation is something that you could probably go into like real deep. Maybe we'll get Ben on or something and do a little freeway chat.
Okay. Maybe I think we should. So yeah, have a chat with Ben. We'll see if we can get something sorted out for this week.
Yeah. All right then.
All right then. So you've gone for 3-1.
I've gone for a disappointing, boring 3-1.
Okay. I am gonna go 3-1 as well. Hope you don't mind. But I'm going for 3-1, but I want a 5-6-1. So let's see what happens, and we'll be back, Club N17, for the reactions. So mash the like and comment, and we will see you for the game against West Ham on Sunday. Peace.